Thanks for joining us again. In a previous video called End of the School Year Hyperdocs, Sarah talked about ways to bring closure to a school year that has been so unpredictable. Well, making summer plans this year is also going to look a little bit different than we are used to. Are you used to attending an educational conference over the summer to learn new ideas and to develop professionally? Are you anxious about what school will look like in the fall and not sure where to begin with planning? Do you want to continue learning this summer and make plans for the fall, but you're not sure where to begin? Maybe it is time to dive into learning all about Hyperdocs digital lesson design. As we reimagine learning in 2020, we need to consider all the options for future classrooms. Understanding how to design and deliver Hyperdocs prepares educators for implementing a fully functioning distance learning model as well as an effective blended learning model. With Hyperdocs, educators will be prepared for whatever decisions are made about going back to school in the fall. Today, I want to share with you 3 pathways for enriching your understanding of Hyperdocs. 1, you can read the book, The Hyperdoc Handbook, which can be found on Amazon.com. 2, you can take an online course from the Hyperdocs Academy. Or 3, create your own professional development by combining the book and online courses. In order to get the most out of the 3 pathways, we have developed a few study guides for you. Here's what you can do. Choose the study guide that works for you. You can work alone on your own pace or gather a group of colleagues to use the study guides and lead your own professional development. Download 1 or all 4 study guides at hyperdocs.co/guides. Let these study guides lead the learning. There is something for everyone with these study guides. Educators will learn what shifts in pedagogy need to take place when designing digital lessons. Instructional coaches will be provided with a structure to help teachers make effective choices with technology integration. And administrators can align practices for consistency and provide professional development for all staff with these learning pathways. Wondering which pathway is right for you? Choose the sentence that best describes you. After a few months of remote teaching, I need a break from the computer screen. I prefer to hold a book in my hand, write notes on paper, add post-it notes to mark ideas, and access learning on paper. If this statement describes you, I recommend getting a copy of the Hyperdoc Handbook and downloading a copy of the Hyperdoc Handbook Study Guide for your summer learning. If you are a learner who would like to see Hyperdocs in action, if you would like to watch videos, listen to stories, and experience Hyperdocs through multimedia online courses, then the Hyperdocs Academy is right for you. Choose one of the online courses from the Hyperdoc Academy and get started with your summer learning. We have designed 2 study guides for online courses. One is for the Getting Started courses, and the other is for remote teaching. Download one or both study guides, and off you go. You'll be ready to go with your learning. If you are a learner who would prefer to learn a little bit online and a little bit from the Hyperdoc Handbook, then download the 4th study guide called the Hybrid Model Study Guide. In the study guide, you will find resources that connect the book and the online academy for your summer learning. Now, there's one more thing to consider before you get started. Do you want to work alone? Do you like to process new information on your own and then later share it with colleagues, maybe at staff meetings or in department meetings? Or are you a true collaborator? Do you benefit from small groups and working with like-minded people? If you are someone who likes to collaborate, then I recommend that you get some of your favorite educators together and decide which pathway you might want to experience together. HyperDocs are the digital pedagogy necessary for educators to teach remotely or in the classroom. They are not curriculum, they are not a tool, they are not prepackaged worksheets. HyperDocs are a mindset, an understanding of the instructional practices needed to effectively teach with technology. The lesson design can be applied to any tool or system. Learning about HyperDocs and understanding the lesson design gives all educators the confidence needed to teach during this time of unpredictable systems and learning environments. Whether you continue to teach remotely or you are teaching back in the classroom, understanding HyperDocs will prepare you for the future of education. To learn more, I invite you to join the HyperDoc community by subscribing to our YouTube channel or meeting us on social media. And of course, continue the learning journey at hyperdocs.co.